Hey gang, MamaBorg here. Well, I'm actually not here. I'm here in the computer screen, in the computer. Because I'm out of town, I'm just coming back into town this weekend, so we've got a substitute. Remember, treat all guests like gods, just like that concept of Xenia that's up on the board. Remember when Odysseus comes back home and all the suitors are in his house, he's disguised as an old man because Athena has disguised him, and then he reveals his true nature. Always assume everyone is great and powerful and awesome. It's just a good concept to live by whenever you have a guest or whenever you are a host or whenever you are a guest in someone else's house. Treat everybody like they're gods, and the world will be probably just a little bit of a better place. So I'm not here today, but you are going to read one of my all-time favorite articles. It's called Why Understanding These Four Types of Mistakes Will Help Us to Learn. And I love the concept of mistake making. Mistakes are how we learn. If we take a quick, hot look at my class website, you'll notice that at my website it says, "Error marks the place where learning begins." This is a quote from a fellow named Mike Rose. And mistakes are how we learn. If we're not making mistakes, we have mastered everything already and we're no longer learning. And none of us have mastered like schooling yet, and English yet, and reading and writing. I haven't mastered teaching yet, and I've been doing it longer than you've been alive. So mistakes are great in some cases. And this is going to give you vocabulary about different kinds of mistakes we make. Not all mistakes are created equal, by the way. And it's not permission just to screw up everything all of the time. But I think a lot of times people get really upset about making mistakes, or they freak out about making mistakes. A lot of you in your first day of school journal talked about worried about making mistakes or worried about your grades and things like that. And so this is going to give us a little bit of a vocabulary to reshift and reframe our thinking moving forward. I also want to get us ready for another seminar. I enjoy seminar. I like doing discussions better than me standing up here and being all like talky at you. But today I'm going to ask you to do a couple of different things in relation to your reading. So I'm going to give you an extra step when you read. And it sounds like it's going to be extra work, but doing this extra step will actually reduce the amount of time it will take you to read something. Okay, trust me on this. So here's what I want you to do if you're feeling sassy. I want you to scan the text before you even read it. And what that means is I want you to read and think about the title. I want you to read the opening paragraph and the closing paragraph. That's where you're going to get a preview and a summary of the main points. And then read the topic sentences. Topic sentences are the first sentence of each paragraph. Don't read every paragraph, just read those topic sentences. Scan down those before. What you are doing when you do that is you are creating an organizational structure in your head for the information in the article. I don't know how many of you have been like read something and then have completely blanked out on what you're reading and you have to go back and reread again. Remember we talked about growing those brain cells last week? This will actually help fortify and grow those brain cells, and it will reduce your need to kind of go back and reread something over and over again. So even though it's an extra step, it will actually reduce the amount of time it takes you to read the piece. You won't have to be doing all of that like backwards work whenever you're reading. The second thing I want you to try to do is to annotate the article. I want you to make notes directly onto the article. Underline main ideas, underline key facts or concepts as you read. Uh, don't underline everything. Don't highlight the whole document. Just highlight the key points. They do talk about four different kinds of mistakes. So at a minimum, you could highlight and underline the definitions for each of those four types of mistakes, for example. The other thing I want you to try to do is make notes in the margins. You could put mini summaries in the margins. You could put emojis in the margins. I will put question marks and exclamation points and stars next to things that confuse me or that I really agree with. You could put text speak. So LOL, SMH, WTH. Any of those kinds of text speak terms to kind of help you remember what you were thinking of whenever you were reading the article. Again, I'm trying to get you guys and gals ready for things like seminar discussion, which we're going to return to whenever I get back. And I might have you read another article as well because sometimes it's nice to put 2 or 3 articles together in conversation. And if there's been 3 or 4 days between when we read them and then when we talk about them, sometimes you forget what the article was about. But these notes on the article will help you in seminar. It'll help you with quizzing, with testing, and all of that kind of stuff. So I just ask that you give it a try. It might be the first time you've ever been told to annotate an article or write directly on an article, but give it a try. The only way to get a 0 is to have like nothing on your page whenever I come and check it tomorrow whenever I come back home. So be good for the sub. You should be able to get this read in a single class period, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then tomorrow we'll do some writing with it. I might add another article to this, and then either Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or Thursday and Friday we'll do seminar. Please be good for the sub. Be good and sweet and kind to one another. And remember, be safe, make smart choices, and I like you.